So we have our first attendees. Hello, everyone. Just a few seconds until we can officially start. Yeah. So still some people joining in. We'll do this academic 45 seconds in today's quite expensive time world. We cannot afford a lot more than that. Maybe Peter, just one final sound check. Yes, I can hear you.
Mm-hmm.
Very well. So I haven't watched the 45 seconds, but it's probably somewhere there in the ballpark. Welcome to everyone to this week's webinar. We are going to discuss how AI agent, AI in general, but in a more advanced, in an agentic style, how it can help with security operations in any type of company, how it can, in fact, free the hands of valuable experts who really want to focus their effort on the actual problems that no machine can solve, that only experienced people can solve. All of the rest should be done in some way by, well, if possible, by artificial intelligence, by some automative mechanisms. My name is Robert. I am a senior consultant in Easy Software, and my sort of specialization is cybersecurity. Is also one of my passions. And with me, I would like to welcome Petr, who is head of quality, who is always advocating for ever more demanding security requirements. And we really much like to listen to him. Welcome,
Hello, everybody.
Petr.
Hello, everybody.
Now, just a very short organizational topic. This webinar will leave room for questions and answers. In your Zoom toolbar, you will find a Q&A section where you can leave your questions. And as I said, we definitely should find enough time to answer all of them. Those that we won't be able to answer will, of course, receive a follow-up from myself or from Petr or from some of my colleagues. So without further ado, I believe we can start in the actual topic, and I will ask Petr to introduce the company he's currently working with, and what are the challenges, what are you facing in this topic?
Sure. So today I will play a bit fictive role, playing the customer who is, let's say, working in the sensors-based company located in Germany. So I will try to sound a bit more German, but hopefully my pronunciation will be fitting. And what is important, basically within our portfolio, we are the producers of the, let's say, safety sensors, also very much popular nowadays, the motion sensors, the smart sensors, and of course, the most likely the fire detectors, because this is, let's say, the main product within our portfolio, and we will be talking about it later on. We do have 100 plus employees, mostly including the engineers. So we are not just only producers, but we are also the designers of these sensors, which you can see on the screen, which means that we do have CAD engineers, we do have R&D within our team, but also the supporting departments like a quality, where I'm the head of. So, but the reason why I'm here, why I'm playing that role within this webinar, is that we are facing certain issues within our quality department. We are under big pressure from the management, like to be more, let's say, automated, to be more effective within my team. And yeah, Robert invited me to explain my problems, my daily issues, what we are facing within the quality department, especially in the correlation to the security, because that's a very much important topic. What we are, let's say, solving within the daily routine. And what is important to also share to you guys, like we are using already the Easy Redmine system, not just only for the project management, but also for the evidence of our daily job. We are using it also for the work management, for the task distribution, and then of course for the evidence of the certain quality unnecessary threats, like the security one, right? So that's how is it within our team nowadays. And also one of the reasons why I'm here is that we are, as mentioned, we are searching for certain efficiency, and yeah, nowadays there is a big pressure to try to find out some solution using the AI. And yeah, that's the reason why I'm here, because we don't want to find a new supplier. We are very much, let's say, contributing with you, with Easy Software, with Easy Software product. So we no need to go for another supplier. So yeah, we are searching some alternatives from your portfolio.
Thank you, Petr, for the introduction. Maybe my little 2 cents here is not just theoretical that you are just playing this role. You have been in touch with such companies through your years, of course, in various senior positions. So you do have actual experience from such companies. So this is not just a fictional, but yes, this is not about a specific company, but something that we gathered from all of our real clients who actually struggle or, well, have to tackle these kinds of issues. So, sorry?
Yeah, exactly. I was working most likely for the companies from the engineering industry, and it's not just an accident that we have, let's say, selected the sensor-based company, because I was working for them. So it's my daily bread.
So you mentioned that you already do some manual evidence of or even the security related issues. So what is actually your current hurdle, or what's the biggest issue in this area which you are experiencing with the manual evidence?
Yeah, we have to dedicate the persons for the, let's say, not just only for the evidence, but for the analysis of these security threats, prepare the corrective actions, prepare the solutions, and then reported it to the management. And it is time consuming. So in that case, it's not effective. And then we are burning the time, and we do have, let's say, more and more quality work. So yeah, we are searching for some cost saving, for some automation in that case.
Yeah, so I can imagine there are probably many similar incidents that you look through, and they still need to be somehow captured, and maybe this becomes repetitive, and this is exactly what you don't want your experts to be doing.
Definitely. To be honest, we do have within our, let's say, ecosystem, within our infrastructure, we have to control the unnecessary threats, especially the security ones, and these are repeatable, as you mentioned, right? So then every person from our team has to take a look on these, let's say, incidents which are quite similar, but we have to properly analyze it, because you can imagine in our industry, it's extremely important to secure the quality, because if, for example, the fire sensor won't be working, so it's a disaster.
Yes, I can completely understand. So yeah, you cannot really just ignore something even if you seen it 500 times before.
Exactly.
I imagine also that you already have in place some specialized tools to manage whether physical security incidents or, of course, some cyber security issues. Possibly you have, of course, some ERP where all this may be somehow saved. So, and I understand that people working in these tools tend to maybe digress to the issue trackers within these tools, but I don't know how that helps or doesn't your central management of work, whether you know what these people are doing or not.
To be honest, you are completely right. We do have certain monitoring tools and the scanners controlling the infrastructure, and then we do have a certain automation creating the tickets automatically, but that's enough. The further analysis has to be done manually, and that's the pain point, like the burning the time for, as you mentioned, the repetitive tasks, and that's something which is really for us like annoying.
Very well. So I think I get what you are aiming for and what your biggest pain points are. So allow me to show you right now, just to explain you the gist of what I will be showing actually in practice. So how we could help the situation that we've been describing is to employ an agent who will work together with Easy8 with our software, which is still in the center, because as I mentioned, this is where the human work is actually coordinated within the organization. So we have various teams, as you mentioned, not only these, but also others, but these are the main one we are focused on. So the data from various specialized tools, as we mentioned, should flow through Easy application, and that's where humans may start to work on them, but not before it actually goes through some analysis from an AI agent who can then enrich or give some value, some information value, some contextual value, etc., to various entities which are part of the Easy software stack. So we are going to cover shortly some of these stories, some of these workflows. In fact, 3 of them. And just to remind, the main point is to provide the workers that will be whose work is the most expensive and the most valuable, to provide them with as much useful information, so that when they start working on something, they already have as much prepared as possible to actually add the value of the human brain to the things that were prepared beforehand. So this is just a basic structure of how the solution would work. You can, of course, imagine various other specialized tools that will be here. You can imagine ERP, as I mentioned, etc., etc. Easy is in the center of the human work that we are doing. This is what I would like to stress in this little chart. So, what exactly is the agent? It's a term used well, quite often these days, and just how is it logically and technically defined. Now, you are looking at some picture. Most of you probably know this gentleman. He was actually portrayed as an antagonist, but when we actually zoom out and we look at the big picture, this wasn't the person. It's an algorithm which does exactly what it's supposed to do. It was programmed to keep the matrix safe from whatever threats it felt. But so this is actually a nice representation of the agents we are using today. They do not have physical form, but they are programmed to make some assumptions, to make some evaluations, to make some analysis, and to do them, of course, in such quality how the current LLMs are available with. So the agent is practically a neatly configured language model. In fact, from the technical point of view, any LLM which is connectable by API can be used as the agent. Now, we made tests in Easy Software. We tested more LLMs, and currently, as of today, tomorrow may be very different, but as of today, we found that GPT was most suitable for this kind of operation we are going to talk about today. Now, you may, of course, ask, and people watching this may ask, okay, but LLM or AI is generally unsecure, so how should it help with security operations? Again, we did some research and we did some analysis about it for this topic. So when we weighted the cost benefit ratio, we found that GPT hosted in Azure in Europe, since we are based here, that Azure AI is the best solution, is the optimal when we weigh the cost and when we weigh the benefit. It's hosted within EU and is operated by EU-based company. So there is somewhat of an assurance that the data and generally the information flowing through our AI is safe. But of course, as I said, any connectable LLM through API can be used. So there are some on-premises LLMs. So yes, it's possible to host the LLM on-premise. Just from what we tested in the past 18 months or 2 years, we haven't found such reliable, such dependable LLM to be hosted on premises, which is why we returned to Azure AI running GPT. But of course, it is possible, and if the company says, if your company is willing to invest because you really don't trust, you can do so. So just a little expansion of what I said about the Azure AI, why Easy Software does this as a default option, default but not required, I have to remind. The GPT is at the moment proven, and the more tests we are doing, the more successful the outputs are. So we like that it's running in EU data centers. We like all of the options for fine tuning, for orchestration, for scalability. We have SLA because it's a official vendor, and we like the robust infrastructure it's running on. And of course, from the part of security, we like the approach of the vendor to really open the EU-based company to adjust their internal bylaws to really not fall into the jurisdiction of some laws that we would not like to be invoked by some governments, and of course, operating within the EU, all of the required standards, even the additional standards that are not mandatory, are provided and are met by this vendor. So one last time, this is our default option. This doesn't mean it's the only required option. Just wanted to set the record straight. This is why we chose Azure AI as the host of our agents.
But it sounds, Robert, it sounds really interesting, but would it be an option to see it in the practice? Because it's a lovely theory, but yeah.
Yes, it's very, very likely to see it in real life. I just wanted to make sure you understand what's around everything, what we are actually now going to demonstrate within the application. So I am logged in a project called security management, where, let's say, this company gathers all of the security operations. I will start from a specialized tool which is used for vulnerability assessments, which goes through code, goes through infrastructure, goes through containers, goes through IP addresses, etc., and reports some issues. I have a sample issue right here, which in fact already automatically created a ticket within my Easy8 mine. The ticket is in a specific project, of course. The ticket is in a specific tracker because security incidents have their own process within our company. We both represent. So it's created automatically. Of course, we have the link to the original report from the other system, and now it fell into some backlog, like we see here, and this is actually the time that okay, so I know that there is some issue, but what should I do with it? Who should I assign it to? How should it be remedied? How it should be followed up, etc., etc. This is the workflow which is automated, which uses the AI agent. Now, just for the sake of this demonstration, I will run it by clicking a button. Just please keep in mind that all of this can be done automatically immediately when this ticket is created, right? So just for the sake of this demo, I will run the workflow manually. As the analyst, I can click on the button to trigger the whole workflow. When I look in the, did I do it or did I not? Yes, I did, because I have the message that the analysis was triggered. Maybe I haven't reached the correct one, so let me do it once more. Yeah, now it wasn't listening anymore. This is always what happens in live demos. So allow me just to refresh this workflow right here. Maybe I had it open for too long and maybe my session somehow stopped, but actually it did what supposed to do. We haven't seen how it played out because it was probably too quick, and we may look at this a little bit later on. It's not a problem, but okay, let's see what actually happened to the incident. Maybe we can return later to see how it processed. So you can see the ticket somehow changed. Some things were added into it. One of them was this big field called steps to remedy. We could have added it as a comment, but to keep it in structured data, we decided to put it into a specific field, which can be used, of course, for later reports, for various lists, etc., etc. So the issue that was described in the ticket, stemming from the vulnerability assessment, was processed by the AI agent, who gave steps to actually remedy this particular issue. We won't have to go through them. This will be something that the developers do. We can check that it's PHP, of course, so we would know where to put it. But this is it. We have done the analysis, and this is what the receiving person can look at, go into the context as well, and start doing the actual work. Now, what else happened? A risk analysis was created. It was created as an dedicated entity for risk management. So we have, of course, some description. We have the solution. We have the evaluation of probability and impact. So this was done by the agent based on the issue, some risk analysis for for the proper processing. If the company has certifications, if it's audited by external quality auditors or security auditors, this is something that is required for the process to have actually listed the risk, which goes with finding such incident as was before. So the AI evaluated the probability and impact. Severity is calculated automatically. That's a part of configuration of the application. This is completely in the hands of the company. Of course, the agent may make some mistakes, so it's always possible for the worker to adjust the probability, because if I saw that that this is just very hard to exploit issue, okay, I can do the probability as low or marginal, because this is my experience as a person who already saw this. So I'm able to make the adjustments. The point is that the entity with the risk and with the descriptions and with everything needed for some audits is created automatically, and is not up to the person to have to write some comments, to have to do some evaluations, some initial ones. I can review it, but from the reliability, most of it is spot on. The final thing that the agent did for me was actually to create a follow-up task. We call them postmortem, which again, postmortem is required from auditors of various types. It's not just about remedying this particular incident. We know that we can assign this to a person, he will fix the code, but the postmortem is to learn from the incident, to actually make some adjustments in the process, make some documentation for internal reporting possibly. So another task was created for to actually handle and to close up this incident, the situation, to close it up properly, to have it ready for auditors, for internal C-level team, and etc., etc. So this is actually what was done. I wasn't even able to show you how it went through the workflow. This was done just by clicking one button for the initial analysis. Now I have another button here ready for the processing of this post-mortem task. For example, to create a draft of the report in some standardized structure. I don't have this one connected because it's you can understand how similarly it works to the previous one, but this is actually the way where the agents can help us. They can prepare whatever is prescribed by some standards, by our internal standards, by external standards. They can do what is prescribed, and the people working on them, they may need to come up with some creative solutions for the incident, for example, and they of course may need to work on the draft and or evaluate the draft to of course not keep any hallucinations there. But still, the majority of the work has been done by the agent. So we have been looking at specific tasks right now. Let me go one level higher and to show you how it reflects in the application organization. For example, I have some statistics about how many currently open incidents there are, how many closed security threats there have been. I have some chart of how it was in time, and I have it all in my application, all in the place where I manage the human work. So in fact, I am able to cross-reference this data to, for example, hours spent on the security management project by my experts. And so this is it. This is how AI agents are a complement to the workers, to the specialists who really should be used for the specialized work, not for creating tasks or for creating risks or for creating post-mortem documentations. Now, just about the risk management, we have it in a separate dashboard. It doesn't have to be, but let's say it's a discipline on its own. So we have the risk matrix, where actually we find this risk which was created by AI is in the matrix, no pun intended, almost in the high spectrum. Of course, if I changed it, if I said the probability is actually high, then it would of course appear up in the high spectrum. Again, I have to repeat, this is configurable. The scores for probability, for impact, and therefore their multiplication, which results in the severity, this is completely defined in the application. This can be fine-tuned within the agent, so they will know for the future that this kind of problem is not high severity or high impact or high probability. Now, I would still like to show you what exactly is somewhat under the hood. This is actually the part of the workflow, the agent, which did the work. It was just connected to this model, to this LLM. What's his basis? I wanted to. I provided some info from the ticket, and I wanted some specific outputs from it. And this is how I defined it. This is where you would fine tune it. This is where you can expand his abilities or the agent's abilities, and of course this is where you can decide what to do with the information provided by the agent. So we created a risk, we suggested the steps to remedy, we created postmortem, we did some links between them. This is, let's say, a preset template of which can be plugged into your system practically right away. So I don't know what else. I would like to hear some questions, Peter. How did you think this would help you?
So if I will get the point, so you have connected your AI agent towards to the Easy Redmine, where the threads are collected using your monitoring tool, and then you can automatically create the risks from the tasks, from the incidents what you have generated, plus with the analysis, and then also create the reports, right? As you mentioned.
Exactly.
And is there a chance to, for example, update automatically certain documentation about the lessons learned, what you have observed within the analysis, or if we are using, for example, the wiki or such tool?
Yes, absolutely. I don't have it in my demo right here, but this would be part of perhaps the follow-up. I'm sorry, it's right here as a subtask. This could be part of this workflow where I could search based on information here, based on information on the original incident. I am able to search through my saved data, my index data. The agent can look through it if he has proper access to these specific places, of course, and this could be one output from the postmortem task to suggest the changes, maybe even automatically save them. But of course, you want some quality assurance. So only to suggest the changes in certain documentation, which this worker working on the postmortem task can approve. And again, he didn't have to search for all of the documentation. The agent did it for him. This is the place where I found most info. This is maybe outdated. Maybe you should change it. So this is exactly what you don't want these workers to do, to search through documentation. They want to have served as much useful information. It doesn't mean much information in quantity, but in the quality. And this is where the agent comes in. He says there are two outdated documentation articles which kind of contradict to what's in the incident, or they just are too old and they need to be updated. Here are the suggestions, and this is what the worker does. He now has experience. He knows what to do with how to adjust the agent's suggestion.
That's great. That's great because we can then save a lot of manual effort, right, from our employees, from the quality department.
Exactly. This is something you, well, from the questionnaires or from some research, we found that this is the most tedious parts, which are the decelerators of work of these kind of experts who have to be searching through something all the time, and this is really not what they want to do. They want to propose solutions. They want to make precautionary measures, and they don't want to work that much with documentation. So this is where the agents really might help.
Yeah, it definitely makes sense. And what are the prerequisites? What are the requirements? How, for example, that ecosystem install within our infrastructure? Because as mentioned, we are already using Easy8 on the server, but what else is needed? How we can test it or implement it? Is it complicated?
Well, it's not from your side, and it's not even from our side anymore. This is the principle of how it should be delivered into your Easy8 application. Firstly, I would really recommend to upgrade to the latest version. The current one, the currently released, has native automation features. That was exactly the button that I clicked to launch the workflow. And of course, this button doesn't have to be a button. It can work on the background. So upgrading to the latest allows you to much smoothly than before launch any kind of automation. If you are on premises, the Docker deployment we introduced a couple of years ago really makes it easy. So there is not really any effort there if using Docker. If not, we can help you migrate to it. So the next step is to contact us. We have a division that is dedicated to automations, to integrations, and to AI agents specifically, where, yes, we do have some prepared template, but your company will probably have some specifics that will work differently, different trackers, different parameters, adjustment of the prompt to actually ask the agent to do something else. So contact us. We have experience with these implementations already with larger companies. So we will find you the suitable solution overall, including infrastructure, including the workflow definition. Make sure that it's cheap to run, so it doesn't waste too many AI credits, etc., etc. Now, we will help you with we will actually provide you a proof of concept, something that I showed you right now. We will provide it to you with your specifics that we agreed upon them with a dedicated Azure AI instance. That's why I said we use this by default. Once more, I will remind that is not required if you have if you have your own LLM or host it on premises or just a different model. It's okay as long as it's API connectable. So we will show you the POC based on which we will continue with implementing to your actual production, or we will adjust and we will work to get what you actually really need to achieve. So that's the last point, tuning, selecting the proper LLM. Even the Azure AI has more of the GPT models available. So our experts will help you determine which one is the best. Sometimes you may need a lot of content. Sometimes you need a really expert LLM. So the various models are suitable for various outputs. So this is what we can help you. And as I said, specify the actions, the fields, and the permissions, which is quite rather important as well.
And would you help us also with let's say, the maintenance of it? Because to be honest, we would like to get rid of unnecessary steps. We would like to concentrate just on our daily stuff, but do not care about any automation. And how is it done with your service?
Yes, this is definitely part of the service. Since I said at the beginning, this world, especially this area, is evolving quite rapidly. We are looking at the new trends. We are looking at the new models. We are looking at the new integration abilities. We are looking at some cost savings based on your actual performance of the workflow. We can remove some unnecessary prompt parts which seems that not really do their job, or maybe they are just maybe just are not needed. We can fine tune the outputs and really make sure that, and it's continuous maintenance, continuous support to not only mechanically receive the results that you want, but to take care of all of the surrounding environment around all this.
Perfect. Because it's for us, it's very important. We don't want to search for another supplier. Just would like to keep with your actual service. We are happy to be using your application so far. So if it's just an extension, so yeah, why not? It's perfectly fitting to it.
I'm happy to hear. And in fact, I did forget one detail. I showed you, well, you know Easy8 runs on premises. You know that LLM can run on premises. I showed you some integration platform. This one can also run on premises. So just in case you were wondering what was I looking at, what was the scheme that I was showing. It's a platform which is open source, so it can also run on your premises. So if you really are under the highest requirements for security, if you are in defense, in aerospace, or have some just customers in these areas, in national security, for example, and they require this, all of this is providable fully on premise. So the rest of the world doesn't know what you are working on. They have no chance to intercept anything.
Perfect. So that's even better. That's even better. And if I will get the point, the whole flow is through the API, right? Technically, or how is
Yes,
it?
yes. It's connected through API, where all of the requests are logged again for some audits. They are the permissions within Easy8 are managed as you already know how they are managed. So all of the granular permissions can be applicable to the user who is executing the operations, who is reading or who is editing something. You can really allow them to only see the parts that they really need to see to perform the work. They won't be able to see your names of your colleagues or any other tasks in different trackers, for example. So the whole solution, the whole suite is actually tailorable to really the highest criteria for security. So I mean, this is the future. This is where we found it's not just about the project management and working on tickets. It's really about getting the added value into your work management platform, and this is where the value is then generated towards your clients as well.
Sure. Naturally, to be honest, we are really pushed to be very effective and within our daily routine. So it would help us a lot. So yeah, that's really great. So we have already fulfilled the point number one. We have upgraded to the latest version of Easy8. So now, yeah, in order to get the demo or the POC, we have to contact your team, right? Or
well, it would be best because we really want to get the feel for your situation. Even though there are standards, companies apply them in various ways. So we want to talk to, we want to find out what are your specifics, and we want to tailor the solution for you. This is exactly what Easy8 is doing. This division is for tailored deliveries.
Understood.
Thank you, Peter, for your questions. I wanted to check if some of our attendees have some questions. I haven't seen anything in the Q&A section, so we'll still give a little bit of chance. Just for the moment, the presentation is over. Petr, if you still have some questions, let's hear them. I'm very open to them. In case not, I will just remind all of the viewers and all of those who maybe are not here, this whole webinar was recorded. It will be uploaded on published on a very known website, which you sometimes use for entertainment. This use would be for work purposes. So I would like to thank you for joining me in discovering what options are there for streamlining the work of actual people. Thank you everyone for your attention, and we'll see you in sometimes soon. Have a good day.